So this was requested that we check out this channel, or at least I was requested by you, our viewing audience, to check out this channel. My name is Kit. This is Americans Learn, and today we're checking out Blue Jay, the craziest projects that were almost a reality. So reality hits hard. So let's go ahead and check this out. This is from a Blue Jay, the craziest projects that were almost a reality. So flying cars, maybe. I know China has them now. Oh, there's gonna be so many car accidents. I could see it now. Car accident in the sky. Find out more at 11. Anyways, hit the like button. Check out our other channels, Chicago Reacts, as well as Chicanime, our anime reaction channel. Check out our Discord and, of course, our Patreon page. But also, support the original content creator as well. Link to the original video is in, as it always shall be, description box below. Let's get to it. Let's get started with it.
If humanity and suspended cartoon pianos have anything in common, it's their uncanny knack for failure time and time again. Whether it be a New Year's resolution or returning home with the milk, humans don't always accomplish everything they set out
No, correction. Returning home with the milk and cigarettes.
to do. But while these abandoned goals can leave weight sets dusty or children with lasting psychological damage, sometimes the goal itself is so ridiculous that it's probably best left in the good old idea box. And in a world where people thought hydrogen airships were a good idea, imagine the zany
Oh my god, it's on fire! Oh, the humanity! Oh no!
proposals that didn't make the cut. Now let's take a look at some of the crazy... Is that a flashbang?
Go. Package secured, extracting now. I've got your 6.
The box, it's gone! Mother, they must have tracked our location. Timmy, what are you doing on your phone? I'm just browsing iFunny. Okay, we need to talk about that later, but you're on public Wi-Fi. You should be using NordVPN to hide your location. That must be how they found us. Who's they? No time, we need that box. This looks like British equipment. Luckily, the UK is one of over 60 countries NordVPN has servers in. Use it to change our location to London. Okay, what?
London, England.
Now, they're Brits. How many miles is it to the Royal Palace? Actually, it's kilometers. You mean kilometers, right?
Civilized people use kilometers.
Right, what's all
Surely
this
you
then?
mean-
There, go Timmy! Anyway, NordVPN is a fantastic service that protects your personal information while going about online activities. And if you're hesitant, there's a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. Head on over to nordvpn.com/bluejay or use code BLUEJAY for a ridiculously huge discount. Thank you NordVPN for sponsoring the video. Oh, good. So as I was saying, let's take a look at some bonkers canceled projects.
You know, the Blue Jay's always a beautiful bird anyways.
The people of 19th century London were not that different from us. They faced similar day-to-day
They're crip walking. Hey.
challenges that plague our lives today. But where we lose our keys, they lose their stable boy. Or instead of asking, where can I fit these groceries? They had, where can I fit these thousands of bodies? In the early 1800s, London was frantically searching for a solution for what to do with all their dead. Cemeteries were beginning to find themselves increasingly full. And seeing as how the residents weren't moving out, the lazy fucks, answers were desperately needed. And in 1820, architect Thomas Wilson came up with one such solution. Hey there, chap, that pyramid's rather neat, isn't it? You know what would make it better? 5 million bodies. At the time,
You know what? He's out of pocket, but that'd be pretty interesting. And check that out. Check out that steamy cartoon at the end. See, now, here's the thing. They were just like us. I don't care what anybody says. The people of antiquity were just like us. I'm tired of people like, oh, they didn't know. No, man. I've seen some cave paintings and inscriptions on buildings of antiquity where they got graffiti. You know, I watch Fall of Civilization podcast, and you know one of the recent ones about the Egyptians, there were workers guilds, and they would graffiti like some of the blocks on the inside, like this was done by this guild. And yeah, even in antiquity, they did adult themed cartoons. You know, they were just like us. They were just like us. They were just like us. They just didn't have the technology. All this stuff here, and none of this ain't new. It's just, it was a different iteration. It was more Coca-Cola Classic back then. Are you sweeping?
Time, London was going through an Egyptian craze with artifacts pouring in from the land of the Nile, a topic that really deserves a video of its own. Influenced by this popularity, Thomas Wilson proposed the Metropolitan Sepulchre. This pyramid would have towered 94 stories on 18 acres of land, overlooking London on Primrose Hill, serving as a nice little reminder in the sky of your impending doom. You know, in case the air wasn't enough. While most plans featured in this video are rather ridiculous, the Death Pyramid actually wasn't that crazy of an idea.
In some alternative dimension, this thing came into fruition.
The capacity of 5 million, it would have stored an equivalent of 1,000 acres of traditional cemetery land. To add to its practicality, the summit was to be used as an astronomical observatory, because all the best research is fueled by the screams of the damned. And what did Wilson plan to do if the pyramid got full? Just build a new one. Giza got 3. But like all fun things in life, public opinion saw the downfall of the Death Pyramid. This could have something to do with the fact that Wilson claimed, it will teach the living to die and the dying to live forever. But I think Industrial Revolution London already had that lesson down. Furthermore, there were concerns that the sheer weight of the thing would literally crush Primrose Hill. We all know how Londoners like their curves.
Oh yeah, but
Ultimately, people preferred a wild and free Primrose Hill, with the opening of multiple garden cemeteries on London's countryside being the final nail in the coffin. So unfortunately, the Park Cemetery beat out the Death Pyramid as the go-to burial method. But could you imagine? Mother, I miss Grandpappy. Don't you worry, James. Your grandfather will always be watching over you.
From the Death Pyramid, I see you. The Necrontyr will soon rise. Oh, I hurt my voice doing that. The Necrontyr will soon rise, and soon you will serve the Catan.
In the modern era, many strides have been made towards improving the lives and rights of the LGBT community, resulting in more acceptance of homosexuality in today's culture than ever before. And as with all things, this left the US government with one pressing question. But can we weaponize it? In 1994, researchers at Air Force's Wright Laboratory in Ohio
How did we screw this up? What did we do this time?
set it to do just that, exploring the potential for a gay bomb. No, not the fun kind. We're talking
psychochemical warfare.
In a 3-page proposal to the Department of Defense, they described how the bomb would disperse a gas over enemy camps that would, quote, cause enemy soldiers to become gay and
If you guys don't act right, we're gonna drop a whole bunch of gay bombs on you. To your whole country. It's gonna make you all fabulous. Oh man, hey listen, I've been going through a lot. I needed that laugh. Oh boy. I needed that.
to have their units break down because all their soldiers became irresistibly attractive to one another. Basically, the idea was to help the enemy combatants make love, not war. So we can make war. The document acknowledged that no such chemical existed at that point, but promised further research into the little explored world of pheromones and aphrodisiacs should their $7.5 million proposal get approved. The basis for the idea seems to have originated from how copulants
You know, in some alternative dimension, this thing comes to existence.
were marketed as aphrodisiacs in perfumes and colognes since the 70s, but that remains more in the realm of pseudoscience, seeing as how the claim was based on just some observations of monkey behavior, not quite the definition of a serious or controlled scientific study. Regardless,
Okay, what happened to the monkeys? What happened? Were animals hurt?
the proposal made its way to the Pentagon, and I like to imagine it went a little something like this. Okay, Corporal, what do you got for me? Proposal for a new nuclear warhead that maximizes radiation damage to farmland. About time, push it forward. The Army wants to weaponize honeybees in Iraq, so they... Yeah, sure, fine. Wright Laboratory gave us this proposal for a gay bomb that... Corporal, are you mad? We are the United States of America, for Christ's sake. It is our duty as the leaders of the free world to draw the line on what is just and inhumane. Understood, Major. Consider it scrapped. The FBI think they can overthrow Castro using child sleeper agents and doped up spinner dolphins. How fast can they have it done? The department...
Well, I'm not going to say that other option wasn't on the table, but never asked the CIA its association with a guy named El Chapo. No, really. That Tom Cruise movie, American Made? Oh, don't ever ask what the CIA did with the white booger sugar. That powder stuff for the nose. white powder, booger sugar. Call it what you want to call it.
Department of Defense scrapped the proposal pretty quickly, and the gay bomb never saw any real development. But I mean, come on, the idea was pretty ridiculous. There's nothing that can just turn any man gay. It's the early 1920s, and America's having a roaring time.
I saw him too.
They got jazz, that one Fortnite dance, and a stock market that could never get depressing. The Great War may be over, but a great age has just begun.
And then comes disaster. And who would think that after the roaring 20s, we'd be in our own 2020 disasters of lockdowns, unending war, economic instability, political corruption, abuse of power, pollution. Yeah. We will witness man-made horrors. And hey, we could clone dire wolves and artificial intelligence will take over the planet in like 4 years. What could go wrong?
Right, Europe? Oh, right, the war happened here. Spare any change? Ew. Unlike the US, the years immediately following World War I didn't prove fruitful for much of Europe. The continent was experiencing a sharp rise in unemployment, overpopulation, and a looming energy crisis. Noting these issues, German architect Hermann Zorgel sought to kill multiple government drones with one stone, using his continent-uniting project, Atlantropa. Now, I know what you're thinking, and no, unfortunately, Atlantropa wasn't a plan for a massive Atlantis-themed water park. In fact, quite the opposite. Instead of a large influx of water, the project called for the draining of water. A lot of water. Like a sea's worth. Specifically, Zorgel wanted to partially drain the Mediterranean Sea by building a series of dams. The Mediterranean is naturally evaporative, with water flowing in from the Atlantic. A dam across the Strait of Gibraltar would naturally lower the sea level over time, and Zorgel planned to drop it by up to 200 meters,
That's not a smart idea. Otherwise, you'll have another Zanklian flood. I think that's called Zinklian flood. I don't know. I learned it from Fall of Civilization podcast. It's the one with the Byzantine, the Byzantine episode.
creating over 660,000 square kilometers of new land for living space. Europe and Africa would unite into a new supercontinent, with all its energy needs being met by the new dam, the construction of which would provide the unemployed masses with work for decades. The plan initially saw a lot of support from the German public, but not so much so from countries actually on the Mediterranean. This could have something to do with the fact that the fishing villages weren't all that keen on becoming mountain ones, and places like Venice would pretty much lose their entire identity. But come on, ocean views are overrated. Things are great in Germany. Africa wasn't a
Germania.
fan either. Something about giving Europeans easier access to their lands didn't quite sit right with them, but their opinion mattered about as much as a post on Apple's feedback page. Yeah, basically we'd merge together as one continent, and we could build railroads to you guys, making travel extremely convenient. What do you think?
أخشى عليه من الجبل طال غيابه هذه المرة.
I know, great, right?
Oh no.
Say, how much concrete do you have? Zorgel later pitched the project to the Nazis after they took over.
Once again, Germania seems to be causing a lot of problems. I'll never forgive them for what they did to Rome.
Noting their desire for living space, but they weren't all that interested in the plan. A dam? Why bother creating new land when there is all this land nobody is using? What? Of course, Atlantropa had a few small issues that needed some ironing out, such as catastrophic effects on climate, the mass extinction of Mediterranean marine life, and the lack of enough concrete in the world at the time to actually construct the thing. Oh, and there's a small fact that the homes of millions and the power of an entire continent were solely subject to the proper operation of a single dam holding back a literal ocean. Can you imagine the catastrophe if the squirrel from Ice Age stumbled upon it?
That would be funny, actually.
Zorgel continued to promote his project until his death in 1952, with
Man, you are really on it. Holy, in some alternative dimension that did succeed.
his beloved Atlantropa losing all its steam with him. But hey, now that the name is open for the taking, I say we try that water park idea. I actually went ahead and took a crack at
No, I'm getting Bioshock, Bioshock, PTSD right now.
the design. It's themed after the movie Atlantis the Lost Empire, which features dynamite-wielding Italians, making it objectively the best animated Disney movie. I'm thinking we can build a thing in Poland, because God knows they deserve a break. If a colossal water park can't line up a place that depressing, I don't know what will. Perhaps a gay bomb. Yeah, 10 stars.
Yeah. All this sounds like good ideas. And you know something? As said before, in an altered dimension, it succeeded. Some dimension, there was Atlantropia or whatever the hell it's called, and it led to an economic and social and environmental disaster on the continent of Europa. Another dimension, a gay bomb came into existence, and everyone's so much happier. No pun intended. And in the other dimension, there are towering pyramids of the dead all over the great city of London. The Necrontyr will rise. Until then, take good care of yourselves and each other. And if this is the kind of content you guys like us checking out here for Americans Learn, because I got my Learn on, type your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll see you around.